All right, here we go. Game 3 of KSM versus BONKZ. And I believe I have this set up correctly, but KSM should be the green team,
Yes,
yes?
sir. KSM is our
Oh,
northern
thank
spawn
God.
on this map. Talk to me about their
All
lineup,
right.
Zath. What are they bringing?
So let's take a look at their lineup. We've got a Kremlin and a Montana for battleships. For cruisers, we have double Marseille, a Moskva, and a Petropavlovsk. So bow in forward plus radars. We've got Daring, Kleber, and Yu Yang, which is running smoke, not radar.
That's
Interesting.
very telling. Opposing
Hmm.
them from the south, BONKZ bringing Ohio and St. Vincent. First one of those I've seen since day one. All of America you can pack into a team, Zath. Look at that. Triple Des Moines,
Hmm.
Z52 Harugamo, and a double Yang of their own. Now, Obi-Wan Kenobi's Yang is smoke,
Hmm.
but Optical's Yu Yang is radar.
Yes.
So they've chosen two different builds for these ships, obviously intending to employ them in two different manners.
Right. And it makes sense, especially we've got Marisa Kirisame here in the Haragumo. It's not using the legendary module, but still has a good enough smokescreen on its own anyways. It's a good pairing there. Plus Des Moines.
Now, this will be the first time I've seen teams run Marseille in what I could basically consider a non-meme comp, Zath. The only time I've seen it up to this point in the tournament, or we saw a little bit of Marseille yesterday. We saw a little bit of Marseille
we did see
yesterday.
one battle.
That's true. We did. But I will say that I feel like right now, as I look how the flanks are lining up, that I have to be, I have a little bit of concern about these Des Moines versus these Marseilles over on the 8, 9, 10 line.
And why is that?
Well, for starters, I mean, DM more than capable. I mean, you can like just like that. Tester just took a Citadel right there. So that big Marseille AP more than capable of beating up a Des Moines, and the HE shells could very easily burn one of these guys down. So I realize, Marseille is soft. They've got the extra fire duration. As a Des Moines with the 5-inch, the 5-second reloads on the 8-inch shells, like that should be a thing. That should be something you can win a DPM race against. Until I see it, I'm not convinced.
Well, I mean that's the question, right? Like, I think we're going to see essentially those two ships kind of working out. Now, it's important to note, of course, that the Des Moines have the maybe added benefit of the smoke snail versus the Marseille and the Kleber, which are kind of more just out in the open.
BONKZ already giving up a lot of HP. They came into this match already down probably about 60 or 70,000 hit points because of all the super cruisers that KSM has fielded. And so far, they're not trading that well either. You see here Island Sheeps, Ohio getting beat up pretty quick.
Sate is taking some hits now. He was on radar from Optical's Yu Yang. Optical got smacked a little bit as well.
Yep.
But I mean, what's really cool is both teams are really I'm not really seeing any sort of decisive play early on. We're about 4.5 minutes into the game.
Now, Mr. Pickles' Hydro is up. He's got Nuts' Daring lit across B. Now he's under Moskva radar. They're going to try and push him out of there as the Des Moines, that's Killstar's Des Moines over here, is trying to back up to get Nuts, to try and push Nuts out of the cap.
Well, this is what you typically see happening over at the B cap. It's all about the back and forth with the destroyers. And it's really about who can utilize the radar the best to spot the enemy and then focus fire them down. Pickles coming off worse for wear in this engagement.
Seth, I gotta say, I think the mistake that Pickles made there was trying to play the bottom edge of the cap, right? Most of the time, the successful Z52 plays that we've seen on this cap have all been dive straight into the middle. You've got hard cover around the island with that long duration hydro, and come get me, come root me out,
Sure. So what you're saying basically is go right up to the island and use that island to block all the shells, all that good stuff, right?
Right. Once you're up to this island in B, you're forcing the opposing team to take very forward positions, very aggressive positions, just to even get shots on you. And right now, there's nobody on KSM that would have had that shot had they tried it. Pickles is also reversing into some torpedoes here. This might be a little uncomfortable for him. Let's see if he can pull off the dodge.
Yeah, his hydro is down.
Yep. His Hydra's down,
You
but he
got it.
manages. He's got it.
You got it. Yeah, I was going to say, Sporkhead's Montana's in a position to possibly deny what you were thinking about, but that's only one ship, and maybe one of the Marseilles could have helped too. But you're right. I mean, it would be much more difficult to dig him out than where he's at. However, playing where he's at in that Z52 does give him the ability to run if necessary.
Torino's Kleber dodges torpedoes there over on the 7 line. Torpedoes, I think those were actually meant for King Viper's Petro. As we're seeing a bit of a smoke push coming up the 10 line here, Zath. Double Des Moines fronted by the Yu Yang smoke.
Yep. And here's, I think, where the Des Moines are going to shine, right? They've got their reload ability. They've got the ability to just burn things down. Hungria realizes he wants nothing of this, and he's backing up. But look at what's coming for his side right now. Island Chiefs, Ohio. Shells coming in. Hungria sees them, pulls forward just in time.
Whole lot of Des Moines pain going in on Hungria's Marseille. He's trying to move up. It looks like he's going to try and rotate and bail out of there. He's showing them enough of a good broadside that Tester has swapped to AP.
Yes.
So he's getting both shell types right now. Some full pins now. Tester swaps back HE.
I mean, it makes sense, right? He's only going to be vulnerable to AP for that one salvo. Now here comes another Ohio salvo.
He's firing blind though. Though he can't. Oh, he does get a Citadel in there. Look at that Tester.
Yeah.
A Luckchuck Citadel. As Deepwater torpedoes chase Hungria from astern. This is, for me, if I'm BONKZ, this is the key moment of the match, right? You've got to convert this kill. You have really pushed these ships up. They are hung out to dry. You've got to bag this kill.
Right. Absolutely. And you can see Hungria is clearly in trouble. Everybody else has kind of left him over there, like you said, hung him out to dry. I'm surprised, frankly, that that nobody else is kind of there to at least take some shots, take some hits.
I'm waiting for the Ohio salvo, but Hungry is now down under 4K. His heal is 30 seconds away.
Pickles.
His DCP is 5 seconds away. There's the Zed. Yeah, I was concerned about that position. Hungry sneaks away,
saves it.
but not quite. Not quite.
So much.
He managed to almost sneak away at 100 HP, but they do bag him there as they lose Pickles in return.
Ease Newt's now coming under fire in the daring. He's forced to back off. So, all right. So we've got one kill on each team, each side. Who's looking better after right now?
That's a good question, Zath. If I'm honest, I'd say for right now, for me, it's hard to tell. I like the move that BONKZ is making, right? They've rotated the Yang and the Harugumo pair back to B. So they've brought in the radar and the crazy gun power of the Harugumo to keep the daring shoved off this cap. The St. Vincent position, way over here on the 1-2 line, pretty much guards the back door and should prevent KSM from getting back into the A cap anytime soon. And the Yu Yang over at C, although the Vincent does just take a torp in the bow. That's Cannoli. He's about to step onto C, but they are going to lose this Ohio, I think, Zath.
Yes, and that's kind of what I was fixing to mention is at glance, it looks like BONKZ is doing okay, but then you've got Island Sheep who's just being focused hard.
Yeah.
He is able to duck into cover, though, and I think that's huge because it's going to allow him to heal. It's his last heal, though.
It is. Sheep is down to his last heal, so the 30-ish thousand hit points he'll have when this heal is done ticking will be all he has remaining.
That's right. Optical down to 9k health in the Yu Yang.
Now,
remember, he does not get a heal.
King Viper's position starting to become a bit of a problem because he was showing just a little too much broadside to this double Des Moines pair on the 10 line. They're able to get some good salvos into him, and now the Deepwater Torps are coming in. He may go out right here. He only has to he's going to take 2 of these, I think.
He's going to take 2, one on each side.
Oh, incredibly low. 3K as he tries to heal through it.
He's not detected, though.
Nope,
and that's huge. They can't finish the job.
He is dark right now. They may regret not converting that kill, but they do pick up the C cap. So BONKZ fighting back into this game here for sure. They've also closed the health gap.
Yes. They're still trying to shoot to where they think King Viper is. Obviously, they know he's low.
He's lit now. I'm not sure how, but they've got him spotted. I think Obi-Wan moved up around the island just long enough to spot him. As
Yes,
Tester's
Viper popping up his radar.
Yep, Tester's trying to get him to light. The Harugumo is throwing shells. They know he's under threat. They know he's in trouble.
That's right. And his DCP is down for 20 more seconds. That fire could be catastrophic if it happens. So far, no.
He's trying to move up to dodge as many of these shells as he can. Under 2K. Still lit here.
Just this overwhelming fire. Here it is.
There it is. A
There's
single
the
fire, and there it is. Still no lead change. KSM clinging to a 40-point lead. 9 minutes to play, but BONKZ is definitely not out of this game.
Well, but look at Cannoli now, smoking the Des Moines group forward even farther.
Yeah, this Yang double Des Moines push up the 9-10 line has produced amazing results for BONKZ.
Yes. And I think that speaks to what I was talking about earlier, the difference between the use of smoke versus the use of just open watering.
Yeah.
And this Kremlin is fixing to take a deep water torp or two for his trouble here.
Yeah, he's going to probably regret this turn, and he's pristine as he begins to make this turn, but the deep water torpedoes are about the only thing on this flank that can threaten him. The Ohio is not much of a threat because of how much damage he's taken.
There's 3.
He's taken 3? Yep, right there. So
It's
a solid hit, as now Chukwuama's Des Moines is lit in that smoke. He fired. A solid hit. A solid hit. But now he's stuck bow into this Kremlin. This is not a comfortable place to be for Chukwuama.
If I'm Chukwuama at this point, I'm just going straight at him. There's no more cover. Any of that, I'm either hoping for a ram or I'm hoping to get on his side and AP him to death.
Cannoli has dumped more deep water torps across the Kremlin's line of advance, hoping to cover his teammate, but it looks like Step Citadel's pulled brakes.
Oh. Yep, and he goes for Tester, interestingly enough.
Bit of a surprise there,
Punches
seeing
him
him,
in the face.
splitting the damage like that. We have had a lead change now. BONKZ out to their first lead of the game on the strength of their cap advantage and ship lead.
Look at the third BONKZ Des Moines Killstar coming out of A, basically saying, "Yeah, the middle is mine now."
Yeah. Well, and also look how quickly they've beat up this Kremlin, Zath.
Yeah.
He had 100,000 hit points not long ago. Conga line torps coming in for Killstar. He's going to take one of these. He manages to dodge the rest as he pushes up around the island and finds Torino's Kleber at point-blank range.
Yep. Meanwhile, Step Citadel going out. He's at 3,000 hit points. This is DPM right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Look how quickly a Des Moines with a little bit of cover and some help from torpedoes can wipe out a big battleship. That's crazy.
That's right. And then Torino.
Killstar's gonna bag Torino and then try to get back to cover, but he's got torpedoes coming in. He's gonna take at least one of these. That's a big hit.
He's gonna go down. He's got his hydro available, but I don't think he realizes that.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna go down. Yeah, these other torpedoes are gonna finish him off. But it's a good trade.
Yep.
He gets the Kleber.
There it goes.
BONKZ looking solid here to claim game 2. 180-point lead, 6 minutes to play.
Well, KSM not giving up, going into A.
Yep.
They know that St. Vincent's by himself.
Yep, he's left all alone here. Kermit Seppuku. I love that name, Zath. I love that name.
I was just looking at it when you mentioned it.
But I think ultimately in the end it might not matter because they cannot retain control of B, and there's no way for them to break back into C against Double Des Moines and Yu Yang over there.
Yeah, I mean, these guys here, this is the linchpin of this entire battle, right? These two Des Moines working together. Obi-Wan now smoking them out of that position. And you know where they're going. They're going north. They're going to go hunt
yeah. They're going to go hunt this Marseille. The surviving battleship in the game is for KSM is too far on the other side of the map to be of use, and he's preoccupied with the St. Vincent in front of him anyway.
Yep. And now the Des Moines are actually shooting at Malakin's Moskva. And look at all these shells coming in. I followed the first salvo, turned around, and you could see 2 more salvos in the air coming in.
Yep. All the shells in the world coming in for the Moskva. Cannoli burns his last smoke just in time. I mean, the timing couldn't be better. 30 seconds from a BONKZ win here in game 2.
Yeah, I gotta set up for a death pick if anybody
Game
else.
3, my apologies. If BONKZ wins, they will move on to the winner's bracket, and KSM will fall to the loser's bracket. Their tournament is not over, but they will be required to pick up another win to stay in the game, to stay in the day.
Right.
They do get Easnoots onto B, That gives them, that
Slows
buys
it
them
down.
seconds. Radar coming in now, picking up the Yu Yang. And Optical's very low. He needs to try and get out of this radar. If they can pick up a kill. Oh, big hits on Optical. 12
Meanwhile,
seconds left.
I'm watching a showdown on the border between
get him!
Sporkhead and
Oh
Vincent.
my goodness! Just a couple of seconds before the game would have ticked out, and the St. Vincent wins.
Torpedo, that one guided torpedo right into him, as both of them are just sitting there humping the border.
St. Vincent wins the duel. KSM picks up B, but it's not going to be enough. We're still 20 seconds from a BONKZ win on the strength of the C cap alone, and there's just no way for these guys to stop it.
I don't think so. As Tester comes out, oh, big hit there on Chukwama from the Moskva on the side.
He got some good
Not
AP
enough.
into him, but there's just not going to be enough time for another salvo. And there's the game. Wow.
And that's it.
KSM with a strong push there at the end, made some good inroads, but not quite able to convert the comeback. And BONKZ winning the series.
Yeah. Congratulations to BONKZ. Go to Horny Jail.
I still love that team name.
You got to say it.
Oh. All right. BONKZ with the win there. Moving on to the winners bracket here in Group Delta. We'll go figure out who they're playing here in just a moment.